Happy Sunday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Wake up. Wake up. There we go. Happy Sunday as we sit, guys. 35 days, 10 hours, 20 minutes, and 28 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. And my glasses are like really dirty. You know, having glasses, you realize how old you are as your vision is going, among other things. And it brings up a whole new set of problems, because there's nothing worse than looking through scratch glasses or dirty glasses. And what I'm finding out, too, is when I wear my mask, they fog up. It's like, and it's funny because these have fog protection in it. So it's like it fogs up and it comes down. So it's like up, down, up. It's crazy. It will literally drive you crazy. So anyway, as I said, we're 35 days away from Los Angeles taking on the Rams, and I'm so excited. I wish we never had the COVID. We would have already been to training camp at Oxnard. We would have already gone through the Hall of Fame game. The team would be back on the practice field today. We'd have the induction ceremony. We would be really, really knee deep into football and really having conversations. We start talking about Camp Battle, who's been looking good, who looked really, really great as far as the rookies and the undrafted free agents and things like that, as well as, you know, everybody who played in the Hall of Fame game. But we don't have that. We won't have any of that. It's going to make August a little bit harder than usual going into the season, that we literally won't see the team on the field until kickoff in 35 days. One of the other things that I'm beginning to miss, and I didn't think that I would miss this, but we have to ask this question. With Jerry Jones' yacht being spotted in Seattle, with the Dallas Cowboys, in essence, going on the third week of training camp here, of the Star being open, where now we're having players working out, where, you know, we know Dak is out there throwing on the field, that come Friday, the team will be in shields or padded practices, starting next Friday. And Mike McCarthy had said we'd have the traditional press conference, of course, somewhere around the 13th or the 14th. So that's like Wednesday or Thursday for the grand opening of training camp. The question is, will Jerry Jones be there? Has Jerry Jones, in effect, now retired? You have to wonder, because we have had literally, I think the last thing I could find was April. I think when Don Shula died. I think that's the last time we've seen anything in the press from Jerry Jones. So we're talking about part of April, May, June, July, August. Jerry Jones has been out of the spotlight completely since the draft. And you always had great quotes from Jerry Jones. If nothing else, you know, Jerry Jones is one of those ones that can sell you hope, can make you believe, make you laugh, and keep you entertained. And it's been kind of strange without Jerry Jones. I pulled this clip from Colin Cowherd. This is from a few years ago. And since that time, there's been a few other ones, you know. I mean, who can ever forget like this one?
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
Yeah.
Here is a recent Jerry Jones quote.
I am a monkey fan. I can stand in a zoo and look at them all day long and die laughing. And my dad was in the wild animal business and had over 5,000 wild animals. And he always was, no matter what, he would hand somebody a card and said, be sure and come out and visit my monkeys.
No other NFL owner would talk about their father owning monkeys. Here's another gem from Jerry Jones.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think he was drunk on that one. Here's Jerry Jones talking about Brandon Weeden, an NFL backup quarterback.
We've got to have a quarterback that can drive the ball downfield. This quarterback, Wheaton, can drive the ball downfield. Now, he's a thing of beauty on throwing a football. His passing motion or his arm, frankly, you won't see a more gifted passer. If he can basically prepare, be the starting quarterback, and come in and execute and keep his head right, then I feel good about Wheaton.
Yeah, he cut him like about 2 days after that. And then finally there was this moment on our show. I don't know if he's mispronouncing the word just to be fun, but we thought it was delicious.
I don't have time to have a bad time. It isn't on my schedule.
And the wink.
I don't have time for
between
bad time.
Los Angeles
Los Angeles.
and Sedgwick.
I am a monkey fan.
And that, I don't even know what to make of Jerry Jones, but I find him fascinating. And the NFL is 32 Republican billionaires. These are powerful men. And the two most powerful owners in the league are Robert Kraft, who basically calls all these networks, Fox included, and tells the networks, here's what you're going to pay for TV rights. It's not a negotiation. The NFL tells you what you're going to pay. And then Jerry Jones, who spearheaded the move from St. Louis to Los Angeles. He is kooky. He is fascinating and vulnerable and odd and charming. And so yesterday he was questioning, essentially, the doctors. He's questioning medicine. And I think what you really have with Jerry is, this is what happens to a lot of people. Jerry's getting older. The last 20 years have been below average. And in the last 20 years, they're 3-8 in the playoffs, 20 starting quarterbacks, 6 head coaches, and they haven't gotten to an NFC championship. And the only two other teams in the NFC that can say that are Detroit and Washington. Here is a...
Yeah. That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Now, we still haven't made it to an NFC championship. We have gotten at least to the playoffs 2 more times. And, yeah. It's not been good since the glory hole days back in the 90s. And when you think of 20 starting quarterbacks over 25 years, yeah. So, knowing that Jerry Jones has been here since 1989, throughout everything, the highs, the lows, from firing Tom Landry to mutually departing with Jimmy Johnson, which got to be one of the biggest mistakes. I'll put that up there with Pete Carroll passing on the 1-yard line against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. For him not to be here, there's got to be more going on than we're aware of. It just does not seem right. Whether you love Jerry or hate Jerry, despise him, mad at him for the ineptitude for the team over the last 25 years, you still miss Jerry Jones being here. I miss seeing Jerry Jones. I've had the privilege of seeing him and talking to him for a moment or two of a couple of NFL events and feel blessed that, I had an opportunity to shake his hand and snap a picture with him. And what I can say about Jerry Jones is, like he always says, is I ain't got time for a bad time. And Jerry Jones, regardless of what you say about him, is still a good man. But like everybody, he's got his flaws. And I'm just wondering what is really going on with Jerry Jones. And will we see him when the team has their more formal press conference later on this week? Seattle to Dallas, I don't know how long it'll take for the yacht to get back that way, or if you'll fly back or whatever for that. But this will be interesting to see. where Jerry Jones will be during that press conference. So, Jerry, hopefully we'll see you here at the Dallas Cowboys soon. I'm Mark Holmes, and, well, it's Sunday. I got to go for a walk with the wife. I don't know if anybody out there, I know Greg's wife, Greg, shout out to you and your wife. My wife has been doing new, and we've done all kinds. I am whatever you want to try, honey. We've done all different kinds of diets, from the shred diet, which was literally starving yourself for a month. We've done keto, and keto worked for me, and I'm getting back on keto. In fact, my man over here sent me a link about a keto bakery. See, that's the problem with keto for me. I'm good with the sour cream, the butter, the rich food, the keto coffee, the meat. Oh, the meat! I'm good with it. But the problem with me with keto is I like my sweets. And most keto cookies and things like that, it's just not it. Sorry, the almond flour, the coconut flour. Coconut flour is not bad. You can actually do coconut flour with shrimp, and it's pretty good. It just doesn't stick as good. But if I could find some keto sweets that were really sweet, I'd be back on it in a heartbeat. So I'm going to be trying some keto cookies. I'm sorry. Let me look it up real quick, because I'm definitely going to check them out. Wait. I'll get it later. We'll get some cookies here. We'll get some keto cookies and check it out. But anyway, my wife's doing Noom. And Noom, I wake up in the morning and she's on her cell phone doing lessons. It's like, damn, are you in college again? Are you doing school? She's like, well, Noom's got lessons and things. So it's changing the way you think about this, that, and the other. So like today's lesson is, You take one meal and you put it on like a big serving platter, like a platter you'd have for a party, okay? So you get the perspective of your normal size portions on a big ass plate. Then another one is, later in the day, you have another meal on a mini plate, so the food's hanging over sides of it. And just to see your reaction. So it does that kind of stuff. And walking wise, it was originally my wife, she sits at a desk all day. She'd get about 2,000 steps in a day. Well, Noom starts setting goals for you. So for a while there, we were doing like 4,000 steps a day. It was like, hey, this ain't no problem, because I do that, just walking and working around. But every day you meet your goals, it moves the goalposts. So now all of a sudden, you're adding 150 steps. That don't seem like much, but through the course of time, today, it's up to 15,450 steps. To equate that, it's about 7.5 miles of walking. 7.5 miles of walking. So, we're going to go to the rec center. There's a trail that leads to a lake, and then the trail that goes around the lake is like 4.5 miles. We're not going to do the whole lake right now. We've done the whole lake. We've done the whole lake quite a few times. But we'll walk to the lake, walk maybe about a mile or so around the lake, and then come back. And that'll be about 4.5, 5 miles. And then have to go for another walk in the evening. So, but it's working. She's getting in shape. She's moving around apparently better than she was before, and the weight's coming off. So she's ecstatic. I'm just worn the hell out. But, happy wife, happy life. All right, guys. You'll see me here later on today. Appreciate you. And I might be doing a little bit of testing. I've got a couple of new things I want to try here on the set, because this is my toy here.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Is this not why you were here?
Isn't that why you're here? Yeah. So we're going to be doing some more things with the set. I'm going to probably rearrange some of this stuff, because it's as my wife says, it's kind of a mess. So we're going to have some fun up in here. I'm Mark Holmes. I hope you have a great day.